Once I knew a man who was proud and sober, loved himself a maid they would wed in October. Up the Mohawk Valley where no one's around, he built himself a cabin on some peaceful ground. Though he didn't know it, a war was a brewing. The King of England pointed, all the lobsters rushed to it. He sent all the Mohawk in the Iroquois nation to Ticonderoga for its devastation. Then he heard the drumbeat on the Mohawk Valley, and he left his lover at Oneida Carey. I'll be back in 3 months and then we'll be married. So he rounded up his brother and second cousin. They signed and enlisted with Captain Munson, handed him a musket and a tricorn hat. His lover, oh, she cried, when will you come back? I just have to go and give these redcoats a thrashing. $3 a month from the army I'll be making. I'll buy you a mirror and a clock for the mantle. Looked into her eyes and her hands he held, and then he heard the drumbeat on the Mohawk Valley, and he left his lover at Oneida Carey. I'll be back in 3 months and then we'll be married. Some have a fear of the British redcoat, hell-damned, robbing, raping, cutthroat. Gather round, boys, let me tell you my plan. We'll put a bullet in their chest, they die like any other man. 500 rifles cracked from Daniel Morgan. Burgoyne's men staggered in the face of misfortune. The Tories in the 62 were stiff and stubborn. The battle raged back and forth on Freeman's farm. And then he heard the drumbeat on the Mohawk Valley, and he left his lover at Oneida Carey. I'll be back in 3 months and then we'll be married. Surgeon said, come on boys, hold him down. Pulled out a hunk of lead, red and round. I'm sorry lad, that leg must come off at the knee. The surgeon started cutting and he started to scream. I'm sure the man tried, but the injured were many. The weight of the wounded and the dying were heavy. I held his hand and did my best to soothe his cries, but the fever set in and then he closed his eyes. And then he heard the drumbeat on the Mohawk Valley,